yourself off and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it all, believe it. When you fold it up, oh, oh, and if you fold it up, eh, tamina, tangalewa, 'cause this is Africa, tamina, eh.
Test me, yeah. Flood drip, go, woo, Test, test. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today here at the Chandler Gilbert Baseball Field. My name is Adam Perry, and today we've got a great matchup between two heated rivals. The Gateway Geckos come to the home of the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes and look to knock them off. And listen, the Geckos need it. They've had a bit of a rough start to the season. Only 2 wins on the year in comparison to the Yotes. Hot start 7-4, but the Yotes are coming off of some adversity as well. Their last 2 games, Mesa Community College managed to sweep them in a pair of 2 close games. And listen, 7-3, 6-5 are 2 games to, for Chandler Gilbert to take in stride and, take some positives from it, make adjustments and move on, keep their heads high. Listen, 2 very close games, and those teams will have a matchup later again this season, which should be interesting, but that's in the past now. And today, it's all about Jacob Anderson. Jandy will take the bump today for the Yotes, and apologies for the delay on the camera work today. It's just Adam Perry flying solo in the booth. So they got me on the cameras, on the microphone, hey, on the scoreboard. I do it all, ladies and gentlemen, and I enjoy it, so just bear with me. Pretty please on any mishaps that might happen up in the booth, but I'm excited for today. It's beautiful weather out here. Sun is shining down on us here at the baseball field, about 80 degrees. And listen, this is that part of spring where everyone wants to be in Arizona, and for good reason. Just beautiful out here today. Point blank, clear skies, and a light breeze. Doesn't get better than this. And Jacob Anderson looks pretty good on the bump so far today. 8 1/3 innings on the season, and not exactly the start Jacob Anderson was looking for to his sophomore bid at Chandler Gilbert. But listen, we saw what he was capable of last year. He knows how to get back to that position. It's only a matter of time before he settles in and catches his groove in his sophomore season. So today's a good opportunity for him, as well as for the Gateway Geckos to try and right their ship against a very good opponent in Chandler Gilbert. This is going to be a fun one, regardless of the outcome. So behind the dish, let's make it Tate Lewis. At first base, number 9, Big Bad Easton Bryant. Over at second base, Blake Tiggs. Shortstop, John Enright. Third base, David Bull. And let me tell you, this is an infield that is going to dominate this year for the Coyotes. They've got some small kinks to work out, but once they do, I mean, these kids are so fundamentally sound, so technically sound, and they flat out ball out. So out in right field, Ryder Hancock. Center field, Ben Hashizaki. Left field, let's make it Aiden Krause. And now we are underway. First pitch of this one, swung on in, fouled off to the right side. And that'll find some dry desert to land on. We'll send a red shirt out there for sure. Second pitch in this one, fastball, stays just high. And listen, folks, one thing to watch out for here in this contest is that high heater from Jacob Anderson. You're going to see it a lot, and his fastball has an incredibly high spin rate, so when that thing starts up, it stays up. This is a slider drilled into center field, and Hashizaki tracks it down for the first out in this one. But that was driven well by Treston Schallenberger. And that'll bring up Jeffrey Martz after the first out in this one. So top of the first, 1 out now. Jacob Anderson is here, ladies and gentlemen. The 0-0 pitch, this one sat on and driven right up the middle. Hash is gonna get into the infield, but a base knock nonetheless. And Jeffrey Martz has these Geckos alive early. Aaron Bazan at the dish. The freshman from El Paso, Texas. And that one gets away from Tate Lewis, but a conservative decision by Tristan Schallenberger to stay home over at first base and now risk getting gunned down at second base. 1-0. Jandy deals this one, fouled back, and there it is again, that high heater. And it's a pitch that he can just throw over and over because, look, it looks like a meatball to the hitters for a split second. And next thing you know, 92, 93 right past your head, and you just swung at dust. 1-1, Jandy deals this one, grounded over softly to shortstop. Enright ranges back, now making the throw over to first. And the pick is good. Easton Bryan helps his guy out, and the Yotes secure the second out in this one. Again, apologies for the dull camera work, as I completely forgot about it until just now. We'll figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll make this thing work. So here we go, 2 outs. Nolan Kutcher at the dish. And Kutch, I had the opportunity to play under him as a player maybe a year and a half ago in the summer. And listen, he was injured. He's a great coach, ladies and gentlemen. And that's in there for strike one. So 1-1, 2 outs. And on the first day of our team's meeting, I called him coach, and he said, "Adam, don't you ever call me coach again." This one skied over to the right side. So Kutch will make the third out of this first inning, and Jacob Anderson has the Yotes rolling. We'll see what they're capable of at the plate. We'll be right back while the Yotes take some swings. And here we go. Right away, Ben Hashizaki attacks the first pitch he sees, and he's aboard first base with the leadoff knock off of Logan Martin. So, wonderful start for the Yotes at the dish. And at the dish, Mr. Magic Stick, and he's got his old walk-up song back. Listen, us baseball players, very superstitious. Walk-up song is definitely something that would fall under that superstition category, and, you know, I'll be the first to say it. Hey, Turgeon hasn't had the year he's wanted so far, but it's so early in the year that, listen, he's turning this thing around any way possible. And I think the walk-up song change was a brilliant idea because, I mean, last year this was just a classic. Runner takes off, Hashizaki gunned down at second base. And what a tremendous throw. From the catcher. One out. Turgeon's gonna watch this slider in the dirt. So we'll go to 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is just inside, and a good eye by Turgeon to lay off that pitch. Had some great two-seam break on it, but he stays disciplined. Now the 3-1 is grounded up the middle. Shortstop is going to range over, make a layout play, and the throw over is in time. So a great display of athleticism from Tristan Schallenberger. Up to bat now, number 40, Tate Lewis. Tater Tot Tate. And Logan Martin is efficient so far in this one. And he's back in the zone early. First pitch strike, the fastball just grooved right there. So we'll go to 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. A scoreless game thus far. This one grounded down the left side, out of play. And 0-2 early. Again, Logan Martin taking initiative, getting ahead early in counts and pressuring these Yodi hitters. The 0-2 pitch. This one swung on, driven high to the right side. The right fielder is tracking in. He lost it in the sun for a second, and he regains composure to secure the third out. So we'll head into the top of the second, where Jacob Anderson's going to have to make another defensive stand for the Yotes. This game's still scoreless. So here we go. Second inning of work for Jacob Anderson, and he starts it off the right way. Strike one. And the second pitch is another swing and miss, and that's a healthy hack right there from William Mann, the redshirt sophomore from Ohio. And he's taking two healthy hacks, finds himself down 0-2, and he's going to take another hack. So we'll go to 0-2 yet again. And give me a quick timeout here, ladies and gentlemen, as the strikeout is good, the punchy for Jacob Anderson. A high school friend of mine who just returned from, or I presume recently returned from his mission trip, has made his appearance here at the Chandler Gilbert baseball field. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this broadcast, we love absolutely every single person that comes and attends these games because, listen, it improves the game of baseball and drives the future of baseball, and it just shows a community support. So Jacob Anderson balling out. The 1-0 pitch is going to be down. We'll go to 2-0. And Jacob Anderson goes to 2-1 now. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing. So maybe Ryan comes up here and we'll hop on the broadcast. Not quite. 3-1. This one's going to miss just down for Jacob Anderson. So that'll be a base on balls for Raynon Padilla. Coming up to the dish now, number 14, James Warren. So 0-1, and this one's going to be fouled away towards the left side. We'll go to 0-2. And Jacob Anderson, he's got a man on first, but, I mean, listen, Jacob Anderson is committed to Grand Canyon University. I'd be surprised if he didn't get a late draft call or draft pick at least, but this kid is just such a baller as he ranges over to first base and almost allows the Yotes to turn a double play right there. But they cut down the lead at second base. Now 2 outs with a runner on first. And coming up to bat is number 6. But as I was saying about Jacob Anderson, listen, this kid is such a cold-blooded killer. You will never see an emotion on this kid's face while he's on the baseball field, and maybe off either. But it's such a good quality to have. And I talked about it last year, but guys like him who have no emotion are just the perfect guys to have in the most stressful scenarios, because you know that he's not going to give you, you know, an attitude or any kind of negative emotion, but that knock right there is going to push the runner over to third base. So Max Carrillo will go ahead and pick up a clutch base knock for the Geckos, and now Jacob Anderson finds himself first and third with 2 outs, but still. Take a look at this kid's face. You would think that he might have just woke up a few minutes ago, because he's a killer. So 2 outs. Runners on first and third. Hard slider just barely off the plate. And that's a good first pitch from Jacob Anderson. Doesn't get the bite, though, from Andrew Hunt. The 1-0 is just inside. And a good job by Hunt to pull back just in time on that bunt attempt right there. 2 outs, 2-0, first and third. Hunt lays down the bunt early, pulls back, and that's in there for strike one. A good job by Jacob Anderson to call the bluff of the Geckos right there. 2-1. Oof, this one fouled off straight to the mask of Tate Lewis, so the home plate umpire will give the Yodi catcher some time, and that's never fun as a catcher. And listen, I don't know why anyone would voluntarily be a catcher, because they have physically the toughest job on the field, and it's not even close. To get beat up by, that 5-ounce hard ball is no fun. So 2-2, 2 outs. Tate Lewis already recovered. Runner takes off. Tate squares it and keeps it in front. And he'll forfeit second base, no problem. Jacob Anderson is only worried about one thing, and that's this 3-2 full count right here. Forget the runners. Andrew Hunt is your only objective. 3-2. Runners on second and third, 2 outs, and the payoff pitch is just low. So ball 4, and the Yotes have bases loaded here. Apologies, the Geckos have bases loaded here, and the Yotes are fighting off the back leg against the ropes. 2 outs, no runs across yet here, but a dangerous situation nonetheless. And Treston Schallenberger makes his way back up to the dish. 2 outs. The 0-0 pitch. Slider just stays high and inside. A good miss for Anderson, and I love how confident he's getting in that pitch to, really start to throw it for a first pitch more often, because that thing is now right by you. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is a nasty slider in the dirt. Maybe a splitter from Jacob Anderson right there. Regardless, Schallenberger swung right through it, and we go to 1-2. Bases loaded. And a strikeout from Jacob Anderson. How about it? He strands 3, and the Yotes are up to the dish. So here we go. Yeah. So Ryan Bielik, a potential future Coyote. Hard throwing, tall pitcher, and the kid slings it. So I'll be talking to Coach John Watson about this kid for sure. So 0-1. And Bryant lays down a bunt, but it's going to sneak out just foul. And by the way, we have a cameraman now, ladies and gentlemen. So I've been relieved of my awful attempt at trying to manage the cameras and talk at the same time. Danny Smith will take over the camera work. And here we go. 2 strikes. Easton Bryant tried to make the team play right there. Couldn't quite execute on the bunt and finds himself in a tough position against Logan Martin. Logan deals the 0-2 heater, and Easton Bryant stays disciplined. We'll go to 1-2. And Bryant drills this one high to the left side. Left fielder's tracking in. He makes the grab. And that'll do it for the first out here in the bottom of this second inning. Up to the dish now, number 16, Ryder Hancock. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Girl Scout or if you know a Girl Scout, please do not allow Paulo Hutchison to pull out his wallet, because he will buy everything that you have. And I can't blame him. Listen, these Girl Scouts are pretty good sales ladies, so they get the point across. Or if you're doing it for a fundraiser for school, softball, you know the drill. If there's chocolates or cookies, I'm going to throw myself in there too. If there's chocolates or cookies, don't allow myself or Paulo Hutchison to pull our wallets out. We will regret it after the sugar high. So 3-0, 1 out. And Ryder's going to watch strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 3-0 take right there is, of course, the right play, strategically anyways. So 3-1. And Ryder sits on this one, drives it high, deep center field. Center fielder has it. He's going to haul it in. And that'll be the second out. Up to bat comes number 17, Bondo. Johnny E, John Enright. You name it. It's probably one of John's nicknames. And if it's not, then I don't know what to tell you. So, 1-0. Martin misses low and inside. Two outs. John squares a bunt. Can't quite complete the drag. We'll go to 1-1. And Logan finds the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Well-placed fastball. And now Johnny E is going to have to battle. 1-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of this second inning. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wonderful, wonderful evening for some balls. So Enright goes down swinging. And we head into the top of the third. Still scoreless ball game. Both teams playing tough. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, into the top of the third. On the bump still, of course, Jacob Anderson. And in the box for the Gateway Geckos, let's make it number 10, Jeffrey Martz. Oh, 1. Jandy deals nasty slider for strike 2. Martz wanted no part in that pitch, and I can't blame him. But that was some nastiness from Jandy right there. 0-2. Nobody out here in the top of the third, and the high heater will stay up. Doesn't draw a bite either. Again, that's one of Jacob Anderson's bread and butter pitches right there. 1-2. Oof, just inside. So Jandy peppering the corners right now. This one fouled off right past the Coyote dugout. 2-2. This one fouled straight back. So again, we'll do 2-2. Martz putting up a great battle at the dish. He's going to watch ball 3. We'll go to a full count now. And Jeffrey Martz has done a good job of extending his at-bat, seeing a lot of pitches. He's going to swing through strike 3, but the ball gets away from Tate Lewis. And he just barely gets the throw over in time. Honestly, I didn't think that Tate Lewis was going to be able to range over in time, but the nimble catcher surprises me once again. Secures the Yotes' first out here in the third. Jeter Malzi at the dish. Takes a hack here, and this one is fouled over the broadcasting booth. One, and Jeter is going to take this one off the shoulder. That can't feel good at all with Jacob's bowling ball, fastball, super high spin rate, low 90s, but regardless, Malzi takes it like a champ, makes his way to first base, and coming up to the dish now is number 7, Nolan Kutcher. And Kutch finds his way to the plate once again. A very storied baseball career for this young man. And his journey has led him here. Few shoulder surgeries and labrum mishaps, and you know, the injured life of a baseball player is no fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's just good to see him back on the field, playing the game he loves. 0-1, Kutch squares a bunt early. And the back pick to first is no good from Tate Lewis. 1-1 after the heater goes high. Kutch fouls this one straight back. We'll go to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. One out, runner on first. Jandy deals this one, grounded hard to first base. Easton Bryant is going to pick it up after the ricochet off his stomach and touch his own bag. So the lead runner will advance to second base, but the batter's cut down. 2 outs. Man on second base, up to bat number 21, William Mann. The 0-0 is skied high in the infield. Blake Tiggs is underneath it. He hauls it in for the 3rd out. And the Yotes will go ahead and swing the sticks here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back with some Coyote action. So here we go. Bottom of the 3rd. Still nothing ball game, and Logan Martin still on the bump. In the box, David Bull, he's going to foul this one way over to the right side. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for joining our broadcast today. My name's Adam Perry, and we are so glad to have you here with us in the booth. David Bull grounds this one over to the right side. Second baseman fields it with ease. That's number 6, Max Carrillo, on the putout. Blake Tiggs steps into the box as the Yotes have one down. Blake Tiggs, put him on first. Hit by pitch, and Kraus, Mousy Kraus, Aiden Kraus at the dish. One out. Kraus drills this one foul down the left side. And Blake Tiggs obviously was on his horse there. He'll have to come back to first base. 0-1, one out, man on first here in the bottom of the 3rd. And the back pick to first is not in time. No tag was placed either, so Tiggy is back on the bag. 0-1. Kraus watches this one outside. Tiggs barely gets back to first on the back pick. A great throw from the man behind the dish. Jeffrey Martz. And the back pick catches Tiggs dead in the water. And Tiggs will make his way back to the dugout. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third, and that's just something that kills your momentum and potentially stuns the inning. But regardless, still a tie ball game, still anyone's match here. Both of these teams are just playing each other so close right now. Of course, we talk about it all the time, but whenever two teams step on the same field, whatever their record is, wherever their win-loss streak is, or whatever star players they have, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters except how you perform on that day with those players on the field. That's it. 1-2. Catches the outside corner. So 1-2-3, and the Yotes are back on D. Top of the fourth, coming right to you with some more Jacob Anderson action. And back to work goes Jacob Anderson, top of the fourth at the dish. It's number 11. Brandon Padilla. First pitch strike from Jacob Anderson. Heater finds the outside part of the plate. Make it 1-1 after that one misses, and good contest up to this point, a pitcher's duel, if you will. There's the high heater from Jacob Anderson, that bowling ball effect. So hard to touch that pitch. And Jacob Anderson picks up the K. Well done. Again, Jacob Anderson just a killer on that mound. And, you know, as I mentioned, he didn't have the perfect start to the season. Not bad by any means, but not the perfect start. And this is, you know, more of the Jacob Anderson that we're accustomed to seeing. I mean, last year in his freshman bid, just posted such a phenomenal and impressive stat line that coming into this year, there was no doubt he was going to be in the big three of this rotation for the Yotes. Today's living up to all the hype and more. 1-0. Let's make it 2-0. Heater finds the dirt. At the dish, it's number 14, James Warren. This one grounded right back to Jacob Anderson. And the cool killer will take it himself. So 2 down now here in this 4th inning. And up to bat comes number 6, the second baseman, Max Carrillo. Max comes from Westwood High School out here in Mesa, and so many locals, yet so many travelers find their way on these JUCO squads, and it's just a great blend. You meet people from all over the world, you hear the craziest stories, and you make great friends. So this ball is hammered into the left center gap. Max Carrillo on his horse. This ball is going to find the wall. Hosh gets it in, and Max Carrillo will hold up on second base. But still a 2-out double to shake things up here in the 4th, and the Geckos are starting to make some noise. Up to bat now, number 22, Andrew Hunt. Two outs, man on second. Hunt swings at a fastball up and in. The 0-1 fastball swung on and missed. Good pitch from Jacob Anderson. Oh-2, 2 outs, and a half swing from Andrew Hunt. Jacob Anderson breaks out the nasty and strands a runner on second. So the Yotes are headed to the dish here in the bottom of the 4th. Still tie ball game. Nobody has scored a run. So here we go. Still Martin on the mound, and Ben Hashizaki is in the box. He's going to take the first pitch for a ball. And we'll go to 1-0 here in the bottom of this 4th inning. Logan deals, and that fastball is going to clip the outside part of the plate. Some great work by March, the catcher. Pulled that one back in just a hair. And hey, it's part of the game. 1-1. This one's in the dirt. Great eye by Hashizaki. 2-1. Martin deals, and that one 2 seams away. We'll go to 3-1. And this has been a great at-bat for Hashizaki. Just doing what he can to help his team win. 3-1. Swings at a pitch off the plate. Could have been ball 4, and I'm sure he regretted that one for a split second, but it's gone from the memory now. He takes his deep breath and steps back in the box. 3-2, full count. And an important at-bat here for both teams. 3-2, the pitch. This ball weakly grounded over to shortstop. Hash is going to beat it out, and he does. The ball gets away. Catcher is there. And a great hustle by the catcher to prevent Hash from taking second base. Hash finds himself on first, and the Coyotes have a leadoff base runner. Mr. Magic Stick, Dante Turgeon, steps in the box now. And this one fouled off the catcher's mask and somehow out of the field. So you don't see that one every day, but that one I'm sure didn't feel too good. Off of the head of Jeffrey Martz. 0-1. Turgeon is not going to do anything because Logan's going to pick back to first. Hotch is there with some extra time to spare. And now back to the main event. 0-1 is the count. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Dante Turgeon has a runner on first base. Hosh takes off. The throw down is in time, but can't be corralled by Max over at second base, and it sneaks into center field. Hashizaki is safe at second. And now for Turgeon, stakes just got a little bit higher. 1-1. And March is going to have a quick talk with Logan on the bump. Rightfully so, but listen, we've played almost 4 full frames of scoreless baseball, and that run on second base means the world to both teams right now. Turgeon knows that, and so do the Geckos. I'm sure that was likely the topic of conversation between Martz and Logan on that bump a moment ago. But now it's time to execute. 1-1. Man on second base. Now one misses inside, gets away from the catcher, and Hash will stroll into third base. 2-1 count. Man on third base, Dante Turgeon, is in a hitter's dream right now. No outs here in this 4th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Let's make it 3-1. That one misses low and away. Turgeon grounds this one over to shortstop, and it sneaks under the glove of the shortstop. So Hash will come across to score. Turgeon will stand on first base, and Schauenberger is left with a big old E in the score sheet. So the first run comes across. Coyotes take the lead. The first lead of this contest, and it's 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Up to bat, it's Tate Lewis, and Tate is trying to just pass the torch here. The Yotes have got something going here in this fourth inning. And listen, I had the chance to talk to Tate before the game, and of course I had to ask him some meaningful interview questions, as one does. And listen, it turns out Tate Lewis's favorite breakfast food is pancakes with a 1-to-1 ratio of butter and syrup. And wow, and Paulo Hutchison with some tremendous insight. He made pancakes this morning. And listen, those watching around the globe, you are welcome to Paulo Hutchison's house for breakfast as the runner takes off. Turgeon, anyone in the world is welcome to Paulo Hutchison's house. Him and Jen Hutchison will show you an abundance of hospitality, and their son, Daniel, wouldn't mind sharing his bed. So 3-0. Tater Tot Tate at the dish. And he fouls this one off, 3-1. Logan deals in. That's in there for strike 2. Tate, though, with an unselfish decision right there. Put the team first. Thought, hey, you know, that ball was a 50-50 shot of being ball 4, so I like those odds. Doesn't go his way, though. 3-2, full count. A good battle. The payoff pitch, though, is on the way. This one swung on and fouled. Straight back. Three, 2. The count is full. Tate swings, dribbles this one just in front of the catcher. And he's gunned down at first. Bit of a miscommunication right there between Martz and Logan, but they figure it out and record the out at first base. One down for the Coyotes here in this fourth inning, and Turgeon still stands on second base. Big bad Easton Bryant will come to the dish and try and shake things up even more for the Coyotes. Oh, pitch is off the plate. And Bryant fouls this one over the Coyote dugout. 1-1. And the back pick to second will get away. Turgeon will take third. And the inside move from Logan Martin will work against him as Turgeon just moved 90 feet closer to putting another run on the board for the Coyotes. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run across here in this bottom of the fourth. Easton Bryant trying to get his pitch. He's been patient waiting for it. And he stays patient. Let's make it 2-1 after that one misses. Low and away. The 2-1, hammered to center field, tracking back is the center fielder, and I don't know if he caught that or not. No, he didn't. So he leapt back. The ball might have came out on contact with the ground, and the field umpire is not going to give him the catch for that. And that was a tremendous effort by the center fielder right there. He's coming in to try and maybe argue the call a little bit, but and here we go. So now the coach will make his way out from the dugout, and they'll talk about this play. So I'll take a quick look at the replay and let you guys know what I think, but I'm sure you all have already replayed it on your TV at home. Regardless, though, a tremendous effort. As things stand, the Coyotes go up one more run and make this thing 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. And, of course, Easton Bryant will take that hit in the scorer's book all day. So they won't talk about the call. Ignore that. It's just an infield meeting, and we'll be right back while the Geckos sort things out on the bump. When we come back, the Yotes have a runner on third with just one out. And we're already back, so we're not going to go to a break here. We're going to roll right through. Ryder Hancock. Ryder Hancock at the plate. And for the Coyotes, this is the inning that they were so desperately waiting for. And the 3.5 frames of scoreless baseball are no more. This one fouled off over the Coyote dugout by Ryder Hancock, and Ryder, one of our Canadian superstars, is putting on for the country of Canada here today. He's going to watch that one high. We'll go to 1-1. Hancock's going to watch strike two on the outside part of the plate. A good tight bender right there from Logan will sneak in. Might have been a cutter. But regardless, Ryder Hancock is battling now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he fouls this one off. We'll go to 1-2 yet again, and we've got one out here with that runner on third. The infield is in for the Geckos. Trying to cut this run down. Logan misses off the dish. A good eye by Ryder Hancock, and definitely takes discipline to stay within yourself when you have 2 strikes, but Ryder doesn't take a hack at that tailing 2-seamer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Ryder fouls this one off now to the Gecko dugout. And listen, Ryder is one of the guys that you'll find in this conference who just does not go away when he's at the plate. He is going to make you strike him out and earn every bit of it, because that's just the way he plays. He's a tough out. He hustles in the field, hustles off the field, hustles at practice, runs after practice when no one tells him to, all in pursuit of chasing his dreams. So obviously very determined young man. We go to 2-2. And this one lined right to the first baseman. And the double play is not made, so the third baseman must have missed a tag there because it looked like Easton Bryant was caught dead in the water. But Raynon Padilla can't complete the double play from the first baseman. And they'll have a quick chat about this. This might be overturned by the home plate umpire. He does have a pretty good view at that lane. And we'll see what they discuss. And they're going to call him out. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the fourth. The Coyotes have a good run. They post 2, but get shut down by a double play. So we head to the top of the 5th where the Coyotes defend their 2-run lead. Coyotes 2, Geckos 0. And back to work. Goes Jacob Anderson. Oh, 1. As expected with this Stallion on the bump. This one grounded to the left side. David Bull ranges way over, and the throw is in time with some extra heat on it. Great play by David Bull to take command right there and make that great play. Up to bat comes the catcher, number 10, Jeffrey Martz. Jacob deals, and the swing and miss on the slider will bring us to 0-1. Great pitch from Jacob Anderson, and Jandy has only looked better as this game continues to move forward. 1-1. Heater misses away. And he goes back to the well, throws another slider and gets another swing. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is hammered to deep left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. No way. Aiden Kraus in that left field corner. I thought that ball was going to make its way over the fence foul, but it stays in play just barely. He must have really caught that in the full-on corner over there. And that's a tremendous play to help his pitcher out. Now the Yotes have 2 outs, and Jacob Anderson is cruising back in there for a strike. Again, that slider early in the count is just, it's been there for him all day. And the confidence for him to keep going back to it is awesome to see. Now, throws something gross right there. Could have been a splitter, could have been a 2-seamer. It's anyone's guess. 0-2, 2 outs. Peter fouled back. At the dish, it's Jeter Mousy. And he's going to foul this one towards the OD dugout. We'll go to 0-2. The 0-2 pitch gets a half swing from Mousy, and that's 3. So the Yotes are ready to take some swings. We'll head into the bottom of the 5th, where they look to add to this 2-run lead. The score, Yotes 2, Geckos 0. And here we go. Bottom of the 5th. John Enright at the dish. On the bump. It's Logan Martin. First pitch slider. Johnny E fouls it back, and we go to 0-1. After Logan wastes no time pounding the zone here. And you know, listen, 2 runs did come across last inning against Logan, but he's still around the zone. He's still pounding. He's still attacking. And most importantly, he's keeping the game under control. Even when those 2 runs came across, you could tell that the Geckos still had a grasp on the game, and it wasn't just the Yotes steamrolling them down, so to speak. But now it's 0-2, and John Enright has to battle. A good eye, and no, he's going to get rung up on that pitch. So once again, a tip of the cap to Jeffrey Martz. Maybe pulled that one an inch or 2 back. And listen, you talk about some of the immeasurables at the catcher position, and that's one of them. It's hard to measure, you know, how efficiently a guy can pull back strikes for you, but if I was a scout, Jeffrey Martz is ticking all the boxes behind the dish so far here today. The arm strength is there. He's framed a good amount of strikes. And overall, put his team in the best position possible to try and win this game. 0-1. And a great eye by Bull to leave that one. We'll go to 1-1. And that one gets away to the backstop. We'll go to 2-1. And David Bull gets almost called on the swing there, but a good job by Bull to hold back. And I think that was the right call. We'll go to 3-1 here with 1 out. And Logan showing a bit of flair on the bump. He wants this at bat really bad. And he lets David Bull know. 3-2, full count. The payoff pitch is off the dish. Slider gets away. And Bull takes first base. Blake Tiggy. Tiggs at the dish. And the Yotes would really love for Tiggs to turn them up here a good bit. It's a 1-0 count with the runner on first base, and listen, 2 runs is not a safe lead in this conference, and especially in a game like this where you feel like it's only a matter of time. And Tiggs squares a bunt, but catcher March was pointing back to first base to back pick Bull. Logan listens to his pitcher and Logan listens to his catcher and back picks Bull at first base, but Bull just barely sneaks in there to return to first safely. Now we'll do it all over again. 1-0, Bull takes off. Tiggs flares this one into shallow center field, and that's down for a base knock. Blake Tiggs. Tremendous piece of hitting right there, and the Yotes are passing the torch. Next man up is Aiden Kraus, number 2. And Kraus, who just had a phenomenal play in left field last half inning ago, is ready to get things really going for the Yotes and get them back on the board. He's got a man in scoring position, but Blake Tiggs has got that speed, so he's also a threat to score. First and second, 0-0. And this one is off the back of Aiden Kraus, and Kraus will pass the torch. So the Yotes going station to station. And for the first time in this game, we get the feeling that Logan Martin might not be entirely in control of what's happening on the diamond right now. So the Yotes can tell. They can tell that they're close to cracking through this one, and they are going to keep pounding until something gives way. Bases juiced, 1 out. And it's Ben Hashizaki trying to make something happen for the Coyotes. Oh, 1 out. Bases juiced. The pitch is just barely on the plate. 0-1. This one fouled off. Good hack by Hosh, but he'll fall to 0-2. And Hosh is very, very good at battling when he gets behind in the count. You can see his 2-strike approach. He's choking up on the bat a little bit. Going to shorten the stride as well. And the back pick to second base comes up empty. Blake Tiggs is like a jungle cat, always quick on his feet. Oh, 2, 1 out. With the bases loaded, Hosh is just trying to make anything happen here. Just put the ball in play. This one is flared over to the left side. That's going to score 2. And how about it? Hashizaki, 2 RBI hit, finds himself on second base, and Aiden Kraus makes his way to third. Still 1 out, and the Yotes plate 2 more here in the bottom of the 5th. The score, Coyotes 4, Gateway Geckos 0 here in the 5th inning. So Dante Turgeon, 2 runners on for him, 1 out. And the 0-0 pitch is just low. Martin misses inside. The ball gets away, and Logan Martin might have twisted his ankle right there. He was unable to come home, and he is showing some pretty labored behavior right now on the bump. Not the greatest body language from him. He might be dealing with a nagging injury, and he's going to go ahead and call the trainer and the coach out. So that might be the last that we see of Logan Martin. We'll see what the verdict is. We're going to take a quick timeout while they sort things out, but the Yotes played another run. Dante Turgeon still at the plate, and Ben Hashizaki now on third. Coyotes lead 5 to Gateway's 0. So Logan will stay in the game. It's a 2-0 count. Turgeon might have to pinch himself awake here, but he's in a dream scenario. 2-0, man on third, 1 out. And he's going to take the first strike, and that's totally acceptable. We go to 2-1. Logan clearly benefited a little bit from that injury timeout. Turgeon fouls this one off, but now he finds himself in a 2-2 count after Logan came out battling hard off the timeout. Still a man on third, still 1 out. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, driven well to center field. Tracking over is the center fielder, and Hash will come in to score. So 4 runs across in this big 5th inning for the Coyotes. 2 outs, and celebrations ensue in the dugout. 6-0 Coyote lead here at home. Tate Lewis. And Tater Tot Tate, as we discussed earlier. He's a pancake man, and Listen, that's not something that he should be ashamed of. Pancake might just be the greatest breakfast food of all time. It's definitely in the top 3, but listen, we don't have to get too specific over here. Fact of the matter is, Tay Lewis has a good taste in breakfast foods. Now the real question, does he have a good taste in hitting home runs? We'll find out shortly. 1-1, and this one misses off the dish. We'll go to 2-1. Tate, calculated, measured, calm in the box. I mean, listen, he played all of last year as a true freshman, and this year he is ready to build on what he laid the foundation on last year. So, Tay Lewis picks up the knock after the third baseman takes a hop over his hard hit ground ball. Big bat Easton Bryant is trying to keep things going for the Coyotes here. And listen, they're no strangers to making noise with 2 outs. This bottom 5th has been tragic for the Geckos here today, but they finally get the pen moving. Good first pitch by Logan. You can tell that, you know, the Geckos trust this kid a whole lot, and they were really planning to ride him out today in a pitcher's duel victory, but obviously the offense of the Coyotes had different plans. But Logan's not going anywhere. 2 strikes, 0-2. Easton Bryant hasn't swung the bat yet. 2 beautifully placed pitches right there by Logan to get ahead. 2 outs, 2 strikes, man on first base. And the 0-2 pitch is going to stay up and away. Let's make it 1-2 now. Easton up on the plate as per usual. Toes on the line. This one grounded up the middle. And the flip over from the second baseman is good for the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage is done. Coyotes put up 4 more. They lead 6-0 as we head into the top of the 6th.
First and second, but I won't ever be last. Lately I've been in my bag, but told me don't take my foot off the gas. They give you an inch, gonna take you a mile. I'ma shoot by myself like a technical foul. City to city, got girls going wild, and I reach for my chain when I jump in the crowd. Lambo solo got a squad. We finally made it, let's pop us a bottle. I took the lead and let everyone follow. They know I'm running it right to the bank. They want me to ease up, I didn't leave them in the breathing room. Sorry, I told them I can't. Heard you a rat, so you know what's gonna happen whenever we catch you. I run with them snakes. People all the moves I've been making, by the time I get 40, I gotta be one of them greats. Watch how I move with this paper, I know if I stoop on one time, they gon' try to come take. Really is it getting, these niggas be faking, I don't want they buy, so they hand ain't shaking. She on that 42 straight with no chasing. I'm trying to get out of here and go taste it. Yeah, my diamonds be VVs. They don't wanna see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, but got something to lose. In the street, I didn't pay all my dues. No instruction, ain't talking about literally. I be walking on beats, is you hearing me? I just feel that my kids be a bigger me. They can't get rid of me. My diamonds be VVs. They don't wanna see us on TV unless it's the news. I got something to prove. Yeah, I'm young, but got something to lose. In the street, I didn't pay all my dues. No instruction, ain't talking about literally. I be walking on beats, is you hearing me?
Yeah. Yeah, so Paulo, you know, breaking down some of the behind-the-scenes back-end work of how he makes the scoreboard work on the live stream. And listen, coding and programming is no fun. Unless you like repetition and frustration, then that might be right up your alley. 0-2. This one is fouled straight back. This one is fouled straight back. And it's Nolan Kutch at the plate. So 0-2. Jandy still on the bump, still balling. Throws something ridiculously gross right there. I'm going to guess splitter. And doesn't get the strike call. So we'll go to 1-2. This ball grounded over to second base. Blake Tiggs has it. The throw over is money. And Nolan Kutch will be retired for the first out here in this 6th inning. And at the dish now, it's number 21, William Mann. And a good first pitch by Jacob Anderson. Bend something right over the middle to go ahead 0-1. And then he throws the bowling ball high fastball. And listen, we've seen so much first pitch breaking ball from Jacob Anderson that I think it's one of the contributing factors to his longevity and success today. Because listen, after he has that first strike on you, I mean, he's hard enough to hit off of when you have a clean count. But if he gets ahead 0-1 on you, off of throwing that slider, he might come at you with a splitter. He could double up, or he could throw a high heater out of the same exact tunnel. So it looks the same, and you swing through dust like a dummy. So Jacob Anderson is filthy. The high fastball misses right there. And we'll go to a full count now. 3-2, and this has been a great battle from both sides. William Mann not going anywhere. 3-2 is another high heater. Double up on it, and man, swung at nothing. 2 outs. Jacob Anderson cruising as per usual in his 6th inning of work. And who would have guessed it? First pitch strike, first pitch slider. Jacob Anderson is just a machine today. And, you know, with the recent advancements in AI technology, and I've been talking all day about how Jacob Anderson has that cool, calm, cold killer look to him with no emotion. You know, now that I'm starting to piece things together, Jacob Anderson might be artificial intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. So 2-1. And the bionic beast on the mound is ready to go back to work. 2 outs. And a great piece of hitting. Raynon Padilla picks up the base knock with 2 outs. And the Geckos again make some noise, but they've yet to be able to, you know, make it serious, make it for real, and make it count by putting a run on the board. They trail 6-0 here against the Yotes. And up to bat, it's James Warren for the Geckos, and Jacob Anderson (0-1). Good morning. And a great miss. That one might have just dropped a bit too much. We'll go to 1-1 and still 2 outs. Still Jacob Anderson on that bump. Jacob doubles up and gets no call. We'll go to 2-1. The 2-1 is fouled off. Warren takes that off his own shin. He'll take a quick walk around to shake that one loose. And Jandy's balling, so 2-1. Apologies, let's make it 2-2. 2 outs. Runner on first base. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and grounded over to the left side. David Bull has it, and the throw over is in time. Another great inning from Jacob Anderson. He posts yet another 0. And the Coyotes come back up to the dish looking to build on this 6-run lead. We'll be right back in the bottom of the 6th, where the Coyotes are hungry for more. So we go back to action, and for the first time in 5 innings, it's not Logan Martin on the bump for the Geckos. So Logan Martin, a good outing. Stayed in the game as long as he could. Battled through some adversity, maybe an injury as well. And now Hunter Cowgill makes his way onto the bump. Right-handed pitcher. Hasn't found the zone quite yet. 3-0 is the count. Ryder Hancock at the dish. And Ryder's going to draw a walk to kick things off. This ball fouled right into the stands, almost grabbed by one of our lovely guests, but can't quite make it. Can't quite complete the play. And Paulo offers me another chocolate bar, and who am I to refuse? The world's finest chocolate. And and I've passed it down over to, a member of Aiden Krause's family. And listen, yeah, Paulo has the chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like chocolate or breakfast, Paulo Hutchison's house is always open during all hours of the night. This one thrown down in time, and Jeffrey Martz behind that dish is just ridiculous here today. He's been basically unstoppable. Hancock is gunned down at second, and Johnny E. Bondo, John Enright, is at the dish in a 1-1 count now with one out. Nobody on. Good eye by John. And we go to 2-2 after the healthy hack by John. Calgill really doing a good job of adjusting. He came in the game a bit slow. But of course, you have to, take into account that he's been sitting around for a good portion of today's game, and it's a whole different scenario going from that bullpen to the real game. Full count, Bondo at the dish. And he's going to watch it, so he draws a walk. Back-to-back walks for the Coyotes. Unfortunately, only one base runner to show for it. Martz has been an eraser behind the dish today. Coming up to bat now, number 28, David Bull. And Bull and the first pitch is in for a strike. Back pick won't get John over at first base. Back pick to first. Not in time. Oh, 1, Bull squares, and that one is off the plate for ball 1. And Enright will be safe at second base on the steal. Good hustle from him, and go to 2-1. David Bull now has a runner in scoring position, and the Yotes are not looking to ease off the gas. 6 is a pretty comfortable lead, but hey, you can never have enough runs in the game of baseball. Two-one. Bull squares. Bull pulls back. And we go to 3-1. Back pick to second. Is not in time. 3-1. Still. 1 out. This one slammed to the right side. Out of play, we'll go to 3-2. Full count. Three, two, 1 out. And ball 4 for David Bull. So Cowgill has had a tough time staying in the zone. He's had 3 walks so far in this inning. He's got 1 out and 2 runners on to show for it. And Blake Tiggs comes up to bat. And that's in there for strike 1. Tiggs squares, pulls back, now squares. This one fouled straight back and caught by Martz. So 2 outs now with runners on first and second. As Tiggs heads back to the dugout, Aiden Krause will step in to replace him. The 0-0 was off the plate. Two-0, good eye from Krause. In the bottom of this 6th inning, no runs across for the Coyotes, but 2 outs and runners on first and second. And the back pick to second base will not be in time to erase Spondo. And the back pick to second almost gets to center field this time. That throw came all the way from the catcher. And we'll go to a 2-1 count. With 2 outs. And time is called. A pitch clock violation on the pitcher. We'll go to a 3-1 count now. And Krause will take that one all day. Full count, and listen, Krause is battling up there and the Yotes need him. They really want to put an exclamation point on this game and get back on the right track. The more runs, the better today for the Coyotes. This ball grounded foul over the Coyote dugout. Again, back pick to second base. And right is all good. And Krause draws the walk. So the Coyotes have a 4-walk inning. And they are still looking to post a run to show for it. Up to bat, who other than Ben Hashizaki? Oh, 1. First pitch strike. This ball grounded hard up the middle, and the shortstop will take it himself. So the Yotes strand 3. The Gateway Geckos are happy with that one. They get a whole lot of performance out of their guy, Calgill, and now they go up to bat. They're chasing 6. Coyotes lead 6-0 here in the top of the 7th inning.
All Philly all know is Moschino. Every cutie with the booty more the coochie. Now who's the real dookie? Meaning who's really this ride? It's Frank White push sick called the Lexus LX 4.5 bulletproof glass tips if I want some. Ass on blast resource. Ask questions like that's how most of these so-called.
Here we go. At the dish, it's number 6, the second baseman, Max Carrillo, for this Gecko squad. On the bump, of course, still Jacob Anderson. And we'll go to 0-2. Jacob Anderson working efficiently as per usual. I mean, this kid is just blowing me away today. Relentless pressure on the bump. This ball grounded over to the left side. David Bull fields it cleanly at third base, and the throw over is in time. But listen, Jacob Anderson is, I mean, this is Jacob Anderson. This is him at his, you know, I wouldn't say his absolute best, but I mean, this is a Jacob Anderson that the Yotes are used to seeing, and the Jacob Anderson that the Yotes are going to call on all year long because, listen, if a guy can pitch like this against a conference rival, you can use him in any situation. As he records the second out right there. With some help from Easton Bryant. And listen, 2 outs already. The bullpen is moving around for the Coyotes, but listen, I want the CG from this guy. And obviously, I don't make the decisions here, but I'm sure everyone at home is thinking the same thing. And of course, John Watson knows that. He's going to leave Jacob as long as he can, but we do have to consider the safety of Jacob Anderson here before anything else, and you never want to overwork your pitcher past his comfort zone and risk an injury. So for the time being, we get Jacob Anderson. This ball grounded over to the left side. Enright takes a leap, but can't quite come down with it. And it's an 0-1 2-out base knock for the Geckos. And another 2-out hit. Listen, the Geckos have been stirring things up at the plate with 2 outs against the Yotes today, but they just haven't been able to get anything substantially done. They've had, you know, runners reach second a few times, but I mean, all in all, it's been just a dominant Coyote performance here today with no breathing room for the Geckos. And Jacob Anderson, slider, strike 1. Again. Catcher March is up to bat. 2 outs, 1 strike. Tate Lewis keeps it in front. And we go to a 1-1 count. 2 outs. And a good composed step off from Jacob Anderson right there. Checks his runner at first, keeps him honest. And go to 1-1. Jacob picks off. Checks the runner again. 1-1. 2 outs. Jacob Anderson picks him again, and he gets him! So Jacob Anderson erases the knock and sends the Yotes back up to hit. Bottom of the 7th. The Yotes lead 6 to the Geckos 0. We'll be right back with some awesome Yote action. Mr. Magic Stick stepping into the box here to kick things off for the Coyotes in the bottom of the 7th. And it's a new pitcher. Cal Gill is done for the day. On the bump is number 27, Dom Guistino. First pitch hammered down the left line, and Dante Turgeon, as that ball is shelled into the corner, is going to hold up on second base. A leadoff double for Dante Turgeon. He finds the line and rides it to second base. Up to bat, the pancake lover, Tate Lewis. And Tater Tot Tate. Big 4-0. Is ready to kick things off for the Yotes. 0-0 pitch in there for strike one. Some good life on that heater right there, and the Yotes love heaters. Let me tell you. The 0-1 pitch fouled back. Oh, 2. Castino leaves that one high. The 1-2 pitch is going to sneak in there for strike 3. Well placed breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate. And that'll be it for Tate Lewis. One down, and up comes big bad Easton Bryant. And still Dante Turgeon standing atop second base. He's ready to say what's up to the Yotes in the dugout. This ball is skied to left field, and the left fielders got it with ease. And Turgeon will stay home at second, of course. 2 outs now. Up to bat comes number 16, Ryder Hancock, and Ryder, the Canadian crusher, steps up to the box, and he's rocking some beautiful blue gloves. Listen, John Watson decked these kids out with the drip this year. First pitch in there for strike 1. But listen, obviously, you know, these boys worked hard for everything they have, all the fundraising efforts and, you know, familial support has, you know, driven these Yotes a long way. It's been a community effort, but as Jeter tries to allay that ground ball, and it results in a run coming across, Turgeon will score. And Hancock will hold up on second base. Jeter Mousy maybe just got a bit too confident with the glove right there. Doesn't stick his body in front of the ground ball, so in return, the Yotes put up another run on the E3. 7-0 Coyotes here. And John Enright steps up to the box with the 8th run, standing atop second base. 2 outs. First pitch inside, brushes off Enright. 1-0. Two outs, man on second base. Dom Giustino on the bump. This ball fouled off towards the right side. And this one gets away to the backstop. Ryder Hancock will stroll into third base. Two one. And the 2-1 pitch is on the way. Fastball stays high. We'll go to 2-2. Apologies. We'll go to 3-1. Bondo battling in the box, using that eye. And he stays disciplined. He'll draw the walk after laying off the high heater. And now the game-winning run steps up to the plate. David Bull. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a wonderful evening of baseball, tranquil, wonderful Mother Nature shining her love on us today. And Ryder Hancock will touch home plate. The 8th run for the Yotes in this affair. Second across this inning. And he scores on the pass ball. Dom Gastino and Martz just not fully locked in right now. Bit of a disconnect there. And now Enright's on second. He's going to take third. The throw down from Martz is in time. Enright is retired, and we'll head to the top of the 8th inning, where the Coyotes look to defend an 8-run lead, and the Geckos look to put up their first. We'll be right back with some more action. So here we go. On the bump is no longer Jacob Anderson. His tenure for the day is completed, and what a wonderful bid. What a wonderful campaign from Jacob Anderson here today. 7 innings of scoreless baseball for Jacob Anderson. Of course, a hit or two seeped through, but listen, all in all, Jacob Anderson just solidified himself as a staple in this Coyotes pitching staff, and that's no easy feat to do because, listen, this Coyote squad has depth and depth and depth on the pitching chart. This ball grounded hard to the left side. David Bull lays out, makes the throw over, and how about the pick? Easton Bryant helps his guy out, and the Coyotes string it together for the first out here in this 8th inning. On the bump, Seabass. Sebastian takes the mound in relief today, and he's a great pick from Coach John Watson. He's a guy that's been around the conference. He was over at Mesa Community College last year, and the Yotes just love him out of the pen. He's nasty from that kind of 3/4 sidearm arm slot. Tall, right-handed, and lanky as ever. He records the second out after he gets the weak contact pop fly. And the Yotes have 2 outs already here in the top of the 8th inning. Kutch at the plate, Nolan Kutcher, number 7. First pitch is just off the dish. Good 2-seam right there by Seabass, but he won't get the nod. This one drilled down the first base line. Easton Bryant fields it with ease. 3 down. And now the Coyotes come up to bat once again. An 8-run lead for them, and they are not stopping anytime soon. We'll be right back, where the Yotes are looking to hack and slash some more.
She reached in the trunk and found a Nina. I told her, baby, that's Nina Simone. Hey, driving through the liquor store, faded, braided, hands in this, waving, easy, 80s like the 90s and 2000s. Driving through this, wildin', hey, Brady 7-pack, they come in bunch. I've been with the choir on a high note, getting C-notes. Different presentation to this vibe, you need a keynote. Pressing round this, I ain't sending vetoes. Ain't no stopping, licks some boys on Geo. Batting out the 504, I say the name is Creo. Dallas, when I'm on the road, I get the going T.O. Dominatrix matrix when she do it like I'm Neo. This other side, guess they locking. Mama said live up to my name, but they jogging. They gon' try, go and take your face for the profit. They gon' lie, they gon' slip and slide, get beside you. They gon' try, we 100 deep like Verizon. In the trees with the bumblebees on horizon. And catching Z's, I've been in the V on road to Zion. Saturday souls, I've been in that mode that I ain't buying.
He slaughter gang, then he ain't official. When they chop a saying, you really think that they gon' miss you. I spent $500,000 on dismissals. It's gonna be a hearse, not a verse if I dish you. Got me. Yeah. When I send it past the ceiling, they stuck up. All that talking, acting tough, get you roughed up. If your wifey at the spot, she getting bust up. Rich, got my strap from Tommy Hilfiger. Red, white, and blue American, I kill. Spreads blocking and pull off, this a real dipple. Bottega, pick my kind, but I'ma feel. Oh God, I be sitting inside the house cause I don't feel. Baby, but my baby like to drill. Claustrophobic, I don't even like to chill with them. Guess I'm facing, so everybody say they real. Oh God, got a whooping, but you still ain't learned your lesson, huh? Hard-headed, you won't end up on the stretcher, huh? Oh, you usher now, you giving out confessions, huh? On the blogs like these, though you messy, huh? Put a Louis logo on my switch. I know Virgil probably looking down like, damn, this back on that.
Here we go, David Bull steps up to the dish. Bottom of the 8th here. And it's been a back and forth bout. Oh, first pitch, slider off the back hip of David Bull. He'll take his base. Charlie horsed him a bit, but he's making his way down there just fine. Blake Tiggs comes up to bat. And on the bump for the Geckos is number 25, Cole Rubenking. Cole hails from Castle Rock, Colorado, and he's a sophomore over here at Gateway. One 0. Cole deals. This one is going to clip the outside quarter for strike number 1. We'll go to 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is on the way from Cole. This one is just above the head of Blake Tiggs. He ducks down. And, you know, when we think about this game and we break it down, I think it all comes down to mainly one thing, and that's Jacob Anderson. This game, obviously, we saw the Yotes hitting come to life towards the latter half of the game, but it's still worth mentioning that Logan Martin, the leading pitcher, the starting pitcher for this Gecko squad today, held the Yotes scoreless for 3 innings, and Jacob Anderson was just stride for stride with him, and he proved to last even longer than Martin could. So Jacob just set these Yotes up for victory today, and to allow no runs through 7 innings of work is, it's just ridiculous. It's hard to win a game where you neutralize the hitting, your own team's hitting, for 7 innings. I couldn't imagine being in Gateway shoes here today. Definitely a frustrating loss, if nothing else. But for the Coyotes, they've just looked better and better as this thing goes longer. The 1-0 pitch is off the plate again. Cole will fall to 2-0. And Kraus will square up, but pull back in time, and he'll go to 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch is high, so Kraus will draw the walk, and the Coyotes are poised to finish this game at the plate. They've got no outs, and 2 runs across will go ahead and win them this game. First pitch is in there. Wonderful slider from Cole, and a good take from Ben Hashizaki, who is not interested in that spinning stuff. Yes, he is. He flares this one to deep center field on the slider. 1 run will score. And the sac fly ribby for Hash will put the Yotes within 1. So 9-0 with 1 out. Dante Turgeon comes to the plate. And the first pitch to Turgeon will miss up and away. One-0, that one gets away from Cole. 2-0. This one inside. And brushes Turgeon back. The 3-0 pitch, Turgeon will watch it for ball 4. And up comes Tater Tot, Tate Lewis. First pitch off the back of Tate Lewis. So that'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. A wonderful contest and, you know, not the most climactic ending ever, but nevertheless, the Yotes get it done. A 10-run rule, mercy rule, here at home. And what a better way. Apologies, what a great way to recover from, you know, this 2-game skid that the Yotes have fallen under. And listen, Mesa Community College is one of those teams that's just going to play you tough. It doesn't matter what roster they have that year or how their guys feel that day. They just play you tough. So the Yotes rebound off of the series sweep, and they pick up the win here today. But hold on, these two squads are not quite done yet. Tomorrow, over at Gene Autry Park, these two teams will face off yet again. So please tune into that or go, if you can, see it in person. But the Yotes are the prevailing squad here today, 10-0. Once again, my name is Adam Perry. And, you know, today, it was a wonderful day for baseball. We saw Jacob Anderson work his magic, and overall, just a Yotes dominating victory. And again, I'm Adam Perry. I was joined with Paulo Hutchison in the booth, and of course, Danny Smith. We appreciate your viewership. So grateful for everyone tuning in. Please have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. God bless.